Hey guys, welcome back to Operation Arsenal. It was great not watching the Premier League, wasn't it? Is that bad? Is that bad? There seems to be this kind of thing going around right now. A lot of people are saying that the Premier League is really boring. There's too many nil-nil draws. Everyone's really defensive. It's all long throws and corners and set pieces. And to some extent, I agree. It is. It's just where football is right now in the Premier League. And what you get outside of the Premier League is maybe a little bit more entertainment. It's hard to argue at the moment, really. And having just watched that game where you've got two teams kind of going for it, but still structurally sound, really? Ugh. 3-1 win. Who cares, right? And that, of course, means we are still top of the Champions League table. And would you look at that? It's 7 wins from 7 games, 20 goals scored, and just 2 conceded. I mean, this is unprecedented. This is not easy to do. And people are forgetting that it hasn't been just easy games for us. We've played some really solid teams. And our last game is up against Kairat, who are all the way down at the bottom without a win, along with Villarreal, Slavia Prague. But genuinely, guys, I think a lot of Arsenal fans, including myself, just need to sit back and just realise top of the Premier League still, even though we had not a great result of the weekend, it still worked out in our favour, the extra point. We're top of the Champions League, having not dropped a single point there. We are advancing into the semi-finals of, well, we are already in the semi-finals of the Carabao Cup. We're probably going to be in the final. I think we'll beat Chelsea in the second leg. And of course, the FA Cup, we are, odds on to win that. We're in a great spot right now. And I think sometimes we do just need to take a step back as a fan base and just enjoy it. Do it for me right now. Think about that. We're in every competition. You could argue we're almost favourites in every competition that we're in. Do you know how insane that is? As an Arsenal fan over the last decade or two, since we won the Premier League, since the Invincibles era, we haven't been favourites for nothing, man. It's unbelievable where we are right now. And we do need to really soak it in. Great to see some changes to the lineup today, including Mosquera. He only got 75 minutes, but that's to be expected, seeing as he's just coming back from injury. I wanted Eze to play the full 90. Unfortunately, that didn't happen. It was good that Lewis Skelly got a full 90 minutes. I didn't want Timber to get 90 minutes, so that's great that he didn't. But Ben White, quite clearly cannot play 4, 5, 6 games in a row still at this point. Jesus, oh my God. What a game from him. He really was superb tonight. And it was interesting seeing what it was like with more space. What we typically see week in, week out in the Premier League, and I guess in English football in general, so it includes the Carabao Cup, the FA Cup, everything is really quite tight. Every defence you come up against is well drilled, and it's difficult for strikers to create space. And I think that's a big problem when it comes to Gyökeres. And you would have seen at the top that Gyökeres managed to score today, and it wasn't a penalty. It was actually something we haven't seen much of. He had a shot from range. I say range, just outside the box, but the first thing I thought when he scored that was he just doesn't get that kind of opportunity in the Premier League, not very often. So I think that's going to do him a lot of favours. His confidence is going to be a lot higher. He could have potentially got another one, but I'm so happy for him. You can see the relief on his face. And also this Declan Rice yellow card, brilliant. So that means he is suspended for the next game, but it also means his cards are wiped. So definitely a good thing. I do not want to see Timber, Saliba, Gabriel, Saka. Most of our first team, I don't want to see them playing in our 8th and final game. There is absolutely no need for it. We can have a quick word on Inter. I thought it was great coming up against 3 at the back. It can be really difficult, and don't get me wrong, I don't want to say that Inter weren't good defensively, because It obviously works over in Italy. Three at the back is very popular out there, and at times it's been popular in the UK too. But right now, I think you did see the difference in a game like this where I wouldn't say it's equal quality, but Inter have some players that could get into the Arsenal team for sure. I would say Bastoni on a good day is up there as one of the better defenders in Europe. I wouldn't say he's better than Saliba or Gabriel, but he could have started for Arsenal tonight ahead of Mosquera. I would argue that DeMarco gets into the team for sure. Akanji ahead of Mosquera, Achabi as well. I guess you could argue. But Saliba is better than all of their defenders. Yeah. Moving into midfield, you have Zielinski's a fantastic midfielder. Could he get in the Arsenal team? Maybe not. But Barella, hard to argue that he wouldn't get ahead of Marino. And then, of course, Martinez. Oh my God, what a player he is. And at times, you could see that quality, but we really kept him quiet. And I expected more from Martinez and Thuram when I saw they were in the lineup. I thought at least one of them would potentially score tonight, but we were able to keep them pretty quiet. And it was a very nice goal from Sucic that got them back into the game. Otherwise, we did limit them quite well. We can have a look at the stats in more detail here, and you'll see that they've had more shots than us, just one more, but you'll notice they weren't particularly great chances, no real super big chances, but they still had the quality. They could have absolutely won the game tonight, but we showed up. We really showed up, and I'm so proud of the team. And although I wouldn't have gone so strong in the lineup, you can kind of see why Arteta's done that, because this is a confidence booster. We haven't been scoring enough recently. We've conceded tonight, but it just shows, we've still got it. We've still got this ability. We will go into the next game with more confidence because of this result. So I think it's a good thing. I mean, I could imagine turning up tonight, playing a few academy players and a few of the fringe players, getting slapped up 3-0. It's not great, is it? But then I would argue our main team have a bit more energy going into the United game. But let's take a look at the other results. So Kairat got beat 4-1 by Club Brugge. Bodo and Glimt, wow. I don't think anyone was expecting them to be 3-0 up, let alone to eventually win the game. Man City, they would have, you can see they've still had their dominance until Rodri got sent off, but that is a really tough place to go. Bodo Glimt are a good side, and it's absolutely freezing there. So I'm not surprised that City struggled. You've got a 1-1 draw between Copenhagen and Napoli. There's the 3-1 Arsenal win. Olympiacos beating Leverkusen 2-0. Real Madrid 6-1. And it's Mbappe with 2. Okay, I was expecting a hat-trick there at least. Vinicius and Bellingham scoring as well. Sporting have beaten PSG. I do wonder, was that a strong PSG side? I'd argue it's almost full strength. Tottenham beats Dortmund 2-0 as well. Let's have a look at that. Romero and Solanke in the first half, but Dortmund had a red card after 24 minutes, so I think it's a bit of a skewed result. But this is a good one because I think a certain Thomas Frank will keep his job. I reckon if they got beat today by Dortmund, it might have been time to go, but we all want him to stay, right? We all want him to stay there. And then Ajax, who now have Zinchenko on loan. Did he play? I'm guessing he didn't play yet. No, he didn't. Is he listed? Not yet. They do have Tomiyasu as well, which is, I love that. I absolutely love it. But yeah, some big results. But as you can see by the table, we are 6 points out in front of Madrid. But of course, Bayern play tomorrow, and they're most likely going to win their game. It's only Union Saint-Gilles. I don't know how to pronounce that properly. Inter, with that loss, are sitting in 9th place, so they really need to beat Dortmund in their final game. It's interesting, isn't it? Me talking about the difference between Premier League and the Champions League. The game was so much more fun to watch. I think the refereeing is better in the Champions League. And it's the clash of different cultures, in football. You can't deny it. It's so different. And it just made for a much more aesthetically pleasing game to watch. I was genuinely enjoying watching that game. And I'm not saying that I don't enjoy watching Arsenal or we play boring football or English football at the moment. Premier League football is boring at the moment. I'm not really saying that, but I kind of see it. It's hard to argue. There's been a lot of 0-0s recently, but you can't exclude some of the crazy games. You think of the City Fulham game recently. There are still crazy high energy games, high scoring games, but I thoroughly enjoyed that tonight. And I'm so happy we got the job done. That's 7 from 7. And of course, we go into our next game against Manchester United on the 25th with a bit more confidence. Hopefully, Gyökeres will get a goal again. That would be really nice. And then obviously after United, it is that final Champions League game. So we're obviously already through. I really hope we won't be going very strong for that one. But I'll see you on Sunday for that game against United. We should win that one. I know Carrick's come in and got them playing well against City, but they're not going to come to the Emirates and take away our unbeaten record there. It ain't going to happen. But thank you for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.